So I am excited to catch up with an artist that I saw at Neighbourhood Festival recently. Absolutely killing it. It was like a proper festival vibe happening on stage. I am with the awesome Eli Smart. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you. That was a fun gig indeed. That was yeah, we loved it. There was definitely an energy there.
You have been on some tour, like with Brooke Combe and Cassia as well. How has it been? Has it been full on?
It has been full on. Yeah. I've it's like a new experience for me doing all this and playing so many shows back to back and getting a little less sleep than I'm used to, but it's fantastic and I love it and I got a great crew of people around me. So it's just a good time.
It
Yeah.
really did feel like a feel-good vibe when you were all on stage. The crowd were dancing, everyone had a big smile on their face, and I was like, this is what live music is all about. The fact that we can feel the energy in the room. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean that's literally what it is for us, and that's why we enjoy it. And fortunately, we have a good time because if I don't know, it would suck if we weren't, or if for some reason we were bringing everybody down. I don't know. It's just no, it's fun doing it.
So
Thank
it's
you.
been
Glad it's
quite the
continuing.
year for you release-wise. We have already heard AM to PM, B-side, which I was absolutely obsessed with when it got on our
Oh,
playlist. And also we just got See Through as well. So has
yeah,
things been ramping up for you this year in terms of releases?
yeah, definitely. So all of these are tunes which I had recorded back home during COVID with a mate of mine, Luca. uh, Gianluca Vucciolati, that's his full name, and he's a wonderful musician and songwriter, producer, and he came out to Kauai during lockdown and kind of like locked up with me in my home studio, my room for like total of like I think 2 months in the end, spread out through like a couple 2 week kind of periods, and we recorded like so many songs. So these are kind of the start of those tunes coming out. AM to PM, B-side, Cry the Comedy, See Through, um, and plenty more to come. But yeah, it's been a little while coming, so I'm stoked to have them out in the world. I'm glad you've been enjoying them.
Is it been really hard to find like-minded people that kind of get your sound? Because I know you've had quite the geographical journey so far, haven't you? Walk us through like how you got into music and how it's taken you to find the right people to kind of work with.
Yeah, I mean, how I got into music, that's all coming back to my family and where I grew up. So both my parents are musicians. My dad taught me how to play guitar, and my mom actually I think started me on songwriting when I was like little. I think we wrote a tune for like school, like a class like report or something on like the food chain or something. But so yeah, they were very supportive, obviously, and my grandparents as well. So music was just around and very accessible, and it was just apparent to me that everybody had fun doing it, and everyone had their own relationship with it. So I was excited to kind of find my way with it, and then that led me to yeah, just being bands growing up and writing songs and playing with my mates, and then to move to Liverpool to study. Love the Beatles, and then to move to London. Yeah, and I think music has connected me with my best friends throughout all of that. So I think it's been luckily quite natural. It's felt natural collaborating with people and bonding over music because yeah, music and the people I love in my life have they've just been one, you know what I mean?
I mean, Liverpool is such a great place. Like,
Yeah,
I've lived in Manchester for a long time. I've also lived in Liverpool, and there's just almost this free spirit that you get to be creative in Liverpool. Like, there's no boxes, there's no, there's no like
yeah,
you need to be like this, not like this. And I just feel like it's very freeing. Did you find like that while you were there?
totally, totally. I mean, it was like the big city moving there for me. And that in and of itself was a very liberating and inspiring experience just to be around so much, so much. um, for the first time like that. And yeah, everyone's doing something. And I went to a great university, LIPA, and I met a bunch of lovely people. And just to be in that environment really just like turned me on creatively. And then there was the whole added nostalgic romance of like, and the Beatles lived here. Wow. And for me, growing up like across the world, that was like actually played a wonderful part in my experience of being there, just like knowing that, yeah, just the musical history of that place and the whole north of England. I mean, for that matter, like Northern Soul and Manchester, all of that. It's such a rich musical history. So it felt good.
So what was your what was your fave Beatles kind of tourist experience to do while you were in Liverpool?
Well, we played the Cavern Club a few times. That was fantastic. That was amazing. My friends and I, because we're like the biggest nerds, for the 50th year anniversary release of Abbey Road, we learned the whole record and then we booked out the Cavern Club and we played it like from cover to cover. And that was just that's a cathartic experience, you know what I mean? To play those tunes in that setting. But no, just like putting on a record and just walking around like the docks for me. I had my own little just listening to Nowhere Man, having a mad one.
Yeah, it's that thing that some of the architecture and the roads, many of them haven't changed over those years, so it's exactly as it would have been in their day as well, like when they were
Yeah,
making music in those
yeah,
early days.
I know. Yeah, so it was just a surreal experience to be able to travel that far and get that opportunity to study there and also be pursuing my own journey in music. It was just like it felt right.
Like you say, though, Lipa has a rich heritage, like-minded people. There's a lot of organizations there as well, festivals like
Yeah.
Sound City, etc. Did you find it a really supportive scene to kind of help you grow as you were learning and studying?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and yeah, there's all like the different scenes and things put in place to help younger artists, but I think at the center of all that it's just like really lovely people and like like Scousers are so warm and I was so taken back by that. I didn't know what to expect, but people are so warm um in the north of England. I mean in Liverpool, and it was just yeah, a very soulful environment to be in. It was very welcoming and helped me just feel relaxed being away from home, and yeah, all of that was lovely on like a supportive musical level, and then also just in life, just normal encounters. It was always
Which is
just
quite
really,
apt because a lot of people have been describing your music, or maybe you have been describing it as Aloha Soul, because it is that very upbeat, soully, brightly kind of feels like it's brightly colored music to me.
haha. Thank you very much. Yeah, that well, actually, a professor of mine at Lipa, he suggested that one time we were talking, and then he was like, "You should call your music Aloha Soul." I'm like, thought about it, and yeah, no, it made sense to me. It kind of fuses what I appreciate in music I love, which is there's usually soul present. You can hear that through music, and then Aloha kind of my way of paying homage to the environment back home, which definitely shaped me and just all of that. But yeah, I appreciate you saying that. Thank you.
No worries. And obviously you're down in London now. How's it like how's the journey changed for you since you've been down there? Does it feel like, whoa, this is the real music industry? This is really intense now.
I don't it's a very strange experience and beautiful experience. But yeah, I mean, moving to London after because I went home before I graduated for COVID. So I went back home and I was there for like, 2 years, 2.5 years, and then moved to London straight after in March. So that I totally underestimated what a wild move that would be. I'm like, yeah, I moved to Liverpool before. London's nothing. But then like, yeah, blew my head off. It was crazy. And it was like, yeah, we were straight to doing shows and just this has been like the strangest year of my life in the best way. Kind of shake it up a bit. But yeah, it's really nice to be, closer to the people who I'm working often with in music, and I feel definitely present here. It was strange being away, and every musical interaction was via Zoom on like a little box for like 2 years during COVID. So I'm like, it's nice to be here on the same time zone and connect with people. And yeah, London is it's such an inspiring environment in its own way, and it totally has its own charm, just like Liverpool has. And just like Kauai has. So it's yeah, it's just a new place for me, but I'm loving it.
So you just released See Through literally like a handful of days ago. What can you tell us about it?
Yeah, thank you. Not I love that song. That's one of my favorite songs that I've put out recently. It's not like a whole lot like about that song or behind it, but it's just a really fun song. It was a fun song to make, and I was eager to finish it and then eager to have it out and eager to play it live, and it feels so good doing all that now. We've been playing at some shows, and these last couple of shows, it's kind of just finally caught its stride as a song in the set, and it's that's always a nice feeling. And then for it to simultaneously be released is a wonderful thing. Yeah, it's a groovy tune, and it's meant to dance around to.
And have we got anything more coming? What have you got lined up over the coming months?
Oh, so much. Well, I got a load of tunes recorded, and kind of now just figuring out exactly what the the most fitting way to release it would be. Um, but we got this EP coming out at the end of November, which are gonna kind of combine a few of these last tunes and another one, and then that'll kind of wrap up the year, and then just planning how exactly we want to start the new year. But it's a nice feeling having options, and they'll all come out at some point very soon. It's just I'm enjoying choosing.
So is this new tracks that we haven't heard, or is there some that we have already heard? Because I also forgot you released Cry at the Comedy as well. Nearly, that was September. So that was like you're releasing so much. It's almost like we can't keep up with it, but they all sound great.
Hey, well, it just feels good doing it, and that's kind of the pace at which I feel most comfortable doing things. So it just keeps me creatively awake. But yeah, so there'll be one new track on this EP, and then combining some of these last singles just to kind of bookend this year in a nice way, and then be able to start fresh in the new year with a whole new set.
What do you miss the most about home?
That environment and my family. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to just to getting back in the water and enjoying a kind of a outdoor lifestyle for a little bit. Cancel out 8 months of moving to London. Nah, I love it here. And it's beautiful, but I
Yeah.
miss my familiar environment.
Very different to that kind of beautiful landscape, outdoorsy environment with the surfing, etc., that you can get back home.
No, I'm grateful for very grateful for it to have that beautiful combo. It really helps me stay fresh and appreciate both. But yeah, no, I'm very lucky.
And what about 2023? Are you working towards an album? Have you got some great collaborations or anything exciting planned yet?
Yeah, I mean, so there'll be a lot of shows. Um, and then yeah, at that stage where just kind of sifting through the tunes and deciding, like I said before, how exactly I want to present it in this next year, whether that's I think it's safe to say, yeah, record is definitely on the table. I mean, it's just deciding when and how we want to do that, because I'm done just releasing singles forever, and I have a lot of tunes and a lot to do, and I want to I want to start fresh. So I would yeah, I'm just figuring that out right now, but plenty of options, and I can guarantee some body of work very soon.
Your release artwork is always incredibly colourful as well. Are you really into
Ah,
kind of getting involved in the creative side of things on every level, including artwork and videos?
yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't have the expertise to. I'm not the one doing it, and that's why I'm just fortunate to be surrounded by really talented, creative mates of mine. Um, there's a guy, Alex Joseph, here who's doing a lot of graphic design, and then my longtime friend back home, Sami Live, who shot a bunch of our stuff and also done music videos and still helping artwork from afar. So yeah, I just have a bunch of them really talented people who help me kind of lead the visual vision, and I enjoy being a part of it for sure.
That is so great. Thank you so much for the chat.